Hello everyone, in this video I will tell you how do we write the activity and how to do this activity in your lab. The very first thing, why are we doing this activity? We are doing this activity to check the presence of starch in green leaves. Secondly, is sunlight necessary for photosynthesis? Is carbon dioxide necessary for photosynthesis? All these things can be checked by performing the activity which we are going to talk about. And I think so you remember that chlorophyll absorbs energy from sunlight. In absence of chlorophyll, food cannot be prepared. Energy is converted into chemical energy, that is the light energy, which is converted into chemical energy. Water molecule splits into hydrogen and oxygen is the waste material for the plant, which is excreted out of the plant through the stomata with the help of guard cells. And as we know, carbon dioxide reduces to carbohydrates and the extra food is stored in the form of starch. So we are doing this activity to show why carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis. And I think so everybody knows what is the meaning of the word photo and synthesis. And secondly, what is the chemical reaction so involved in this. So the material required, the apparatus what we need for doing this activity is that two healthy potted plants, two glass plates, two bell jars, iodine solution, and as we know that it is yellowish in color, some potassium hydroxide on a watch glass, because the potassium hydroxide, that is KOH, what it will do, it will consume the carbon dioxide so present inside the jar, and in absence of carbon dioxide sunlight can't be captured and food cannot be manufactured. To perform this activity, step 1, keep the two potted plants in dark room for 2 to 3 days. And the important note which you have to keep in your mind, we keep the plant in the dark so that all the starch gets used up. Green plants make their food by converting CO2, that is carbon dioxide, that is taken in through stomata, the tiny pores, and water in carbohydrates. So the food which is prepared by the plant is carbohydrates and the extra food is stored in the form of starch, or we can call it as glucose also. It is used in the growth and repair of the plant. Since they can't use all the carbohydrates once, so the remaining is stored in the form of starch. This starch works as an internal energy source and can be used whenever needed. Step 2. Put the two plants on a washed glass plates like this, and then you have to cover it with a bell jar. Okay. Potassium hydroxide is used to absorb carbon dioxide in this activity. So in the fourth step, cover the plants with the separate bell jars. And in one of the bell jar which you are covering the plant, the potted plant, you have to put KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, because as we know, what the potassium hydroxide will do, it will absorb or consume. Okay, now what it will do, it will absorb or consume the carbon dioxide so present inside the jar, and in absence of carbon dioxide starch can't be prepared. And when we will put iodine solution on that leaf, and if the color changes to blue or black, then we can say that the starch is present there, but there are no changes seen, means the starch is not present. Keep these plants in sunlight for 2 hours. Then what you have to do, check for the presence of starch by dipping the leaf in iodine solution for few minutes and then rinsing off the iodine with water. What happens to each leaf? The color of the leaf will get blue or black if the starch is present there. Means if the plant prepared the food. And if plant did not prepare the food, what will happen? Because the carbon dioxide which was absorbed by the KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, and in absence of CO2, plants can't prepare their food, that is photosynthesis cannot be carried out. So, leaf on plant capped without potassium hydroxide turned blue showing the presence of starch, and leaf of plant with potassium hydroxide does not turn blue showing no starch. Why the leaf of the plant? Now the question arises, why the leaf of plant with potassium hydroxide does not turn blue? And the answer is, potassium hydroxide absorbs all CO2 from that plant and so proves that carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis. And I think so you are clear how to do this activity and how to write this activity in your file. And I hope this video is helpful in preparing a practical file which you are going to prepare for the examination. So thank you, and everybody have a very good day. Take care of yourself and study well.